Not because I'm black, and sure enough, I ain't white, but because I am an immigrant, an alien, a foreigner. See, I speak the same words, comprehend the same phrases, but just because my tongue rolls in a different way, that don't mean I'm dumb. And see, yes, comprehend the English, because I probably speak more English, better English than you. I mean, if you cannot say my name right, Mwalagho, then you have no right to tell me to say water if I know it as water. I mean, what is the meaning of this conversation? To drink water or to say water? So, honey child, please, if you have not walked in my shoes, you have no say in my world. And don't you dare command me to walk in your shoes, because I love the smell of my feet, the feel of my shoes, and the history of my life. I mean, have you ever seen a monkey before? Do you know how it does, how it jumps? Have you ever been cramped?
Hello and welcome back to another remarkable episode on the Black Sweet Tonight Africa Rising channel. Once again, my name is Ben Carson. That's my pen name anyway. But if you want to know my actual name, just join this channel and you'll find more about me. So this channel is created for people who are interested in African heritage and the African culture. I always say it's for every black person. We need to come to a consensus to understand and accept what we are, who we are, the reason why we've been created with this intellect, and the reason why Africa is failing. I always say it's not because of the lack of wisdom or sensibility. I think it's the overusage of it. I think we have so much in abundance that everyone in their own small way can sort of cut corners, find ways to get things done and all, to the point that we end up robbing ourselves because of overuse of our intellect. We need to come together. This video you just saw is Mwalagho Anne, who is also known as Mama Africana, Mama Africa Anna. So it's like together. You can find her on Instagram. I think she also has a YouTube channel. She's an activist, songwriter, poet. The duty is a lot. She's a dancer, actress, singer, songwriter, a poet, all of it together. And I think you can see from their narrative. She often traveled to visit diasporans and also people from different culture, white Caucasians, white Caucasians, Asians, even blacks in the diaspora. She does this advocacy where she wanna sort of get people to accept and understand other people's culture, and I think it's epitomized in this particular short clip. You know, YouTube has its own rules for not playing certain limit. I would have played the whole video to the extent, but I'm going to tell you more about what I think about this particular video. Where this world is moving right now, I feel like we as humans need to come together to stand what is actually coming with AI and all that. This whole issue of culture diversity, I can understand your language, you are black and I'm white, you are Asian, you're too smart than me, your country is richer than me. I think it has come to term, we have come to the era where we have to, this decade and the next one that we are going to enter, we have to put all those things aside and stand together as humanity, because what is coming, it's going to be mind-blowing. When the 2000s were about to start, the dot-coms were beginning, and we know how it has transformed this whole, the past 2 decades. We just know how it has transformed. And the next decade, or what we are in now, to the next one, AI is going to also, in fact, what we are seeing, nobody ever thought about it. Even net calls, how to make calls. You know, I used to live in a time where when you get a call, you go to the comm center and they receive your call. We have to stand together. So what all that she's trying to say is that we as humans need to stand together. We don't need to say, hey, because you're black, you're coming from Africa, you live in a mad hat or whatever. And we don't even live in mad hats anyway. And recently, I like the impact that social media is creating, the awareness, right? People that have traveled to Africa with their cameras on, showing it on TikTok and all, it's now opening people's eyes that, wait, where did all the mad hats go? And even the mad hat that we thought were mad hats of peace, not mad hat of poverty. And these things are there. Yeah, I know Africa, we have our own challenges. Some of our leaders, most of them, I would say, too smart, I always say, to the point that they end up letting the people liking them while ripping them off. In fact, how smart can you be? to blatantly rip people off and still let people die for you. That's what we're facing now. But I think we have come to terms to accept ourselves as humanity. Your language, the difference in your language, the diversity in our language, our culture and all shouldn't really deter us from we creating some mindset for certain people, some perceptions about certain people. Oh, we are smarter than Africans, or we are smarter than black people. No, I don't think that's true. Even if you look at the statistics here in America, I think there were times that they started sort of checking immigrants with highest education and IQs and all, and then there were times that Nigerians were like, yeah, they're among the top, right? And Nigerians are not white, they are blacks, right? They are even from West Africa, where my country is. So I think we have to come together, right? As humanity, I embrace our culture. So Mwalagho puts us well, and I say, if you really want to hear more, go subscribe to your channel. But most importantly, subscribe here, share this video, and get to watch the full video. And also let me know what you think about this short essay. If she talks about the fact that some even Africans or blacks even speak better English than locals, or than English themselves, right? And yeah, but when I came here and I saw people making certain sentences, and I'm like, oh, all right. The fact that you are born into it doesn't mean you understand it. You probably learn it from your parents, and if your parents speak terrible English, you pick it up, and you go to school, and your teacher is also speaking like, I mean, your teacher might expect you to write officially on the exam paper or in the reports, but then when your teacher is talking to you and then she start making sentences like we is okay, we is fine, you is nice and all that, then you know that you also going to speak terrible English. So yeah, we have to embrace ourselves. We speak our own language that you cannot speak, and we are trying to speak your language, and you are telling us because of the accent you cannot hear us, or because of the fact that we can even speak yours, just that not as well as, it's not even just as well, not as you expected. We are damn, no, it doesn't make sense, right? And the fact that you want me to say water and I can say it water because that's what I know it for, and you understood and gave me the water to drink. What matters is the fact that I got the water to drink anyway, right? And I think in one of my past episodes, I made a comment about one guy who needed somebody to fix his car, and then he went and he was looking for the mechanic, and the guy was like, mechanic? And because of that, he didn't even get his car fixed until another guy came in and said he's looking for a mechanic or something. I don't know how he even said it. So some of these things, we don't need to let these small diversities, right, be the reason for our differences. So I mean, it's as short as scripts as it is, but it's embedded, pregnant with a lot of information. Once again, my name is Bekwe Bernard Boama. Call me Ben Carson, that's my pen name, and this is the Black to Tonight Africa Rising channel. It's all about Africa and the continent, and what will put us in the limelight. I'll see you when I see you. Subscribe and put your comment. Let me know what you think about this particular video, what Mwalagho said. By the way, she's Kenyan, and I know some Kenyans, ladies, they are sweet. Mwah.